And then someone plays Chicken Race and summons 5 monsters in one turn. And then they just tribute 3 of them, bring out Obelisk the Tormentor, and you're like, oh god damn it. Like the amount of jewels I've lost online. Oh, Heart Earth I think it is, or Big Eye. Heart Earth, I think it is. Honor Arc.
You're gonna knock him dead at the Veterans Hall tonight, hun.
You think?
Absolutely. Now get ready and stop hogging the mirror.
Right.
Yeah, pendulums are something that I'm still undecided about because I know how to counteract them. But like, if I don't have that card, they're quite broke. Like, you know the card Cold Wave? If you use that, pendulum monsters are still technically counted as magic and trap cards? Or spell and trap cards, should I say. I'm just so used to playing the old Yu-Gi-Oh! Yeah, but you can actually prevent their pendulum effect, if they have one, by using Cold Wave because they're counted as a spell card. Even when they're in the pendulum zone. A little trick that not many people know. Yeah, I'll never forget that time I was in a duel with this guy and he was like really high up the leaderboard and his deck was like Pendulum Get Wrecked. Was the name of his deck. And my deck was like Pendulums, huh? Was the name of my deck. And he just played and like I let him win the first duel out of like 3 matches, so he'd think, oh, he's got nothing to counteract me. And then like in the second turn, or the second round should I say, I got off my Exodia combo with Heart of the Underdog and Gravity Bind. Basically what I do is I use ground claps to prevent them from summoning monsters in 2 places on the field. On their side of the field. It's a continuous spell card if I remember correctly. And use Cold Wave to prevent them from playing any spells or trap cards for a turn. Or is it for the rest of the duel? Or am I thinking of the... There's like Cold Feet or something like that. That like prevents them from using spell or trap cards for the remainder of the duel. That's a really good card. Can't think of the name of it at the minute. But I have Gravity Bind, Cold Wave, Harpy's Feather Duster, Raigeki, Anti-Raigeki, Change of Heart, which I still don't get why that's a banned card. Like, you have so many cards, like Big Eye, and like monsters on the field that like take control of another person's monster for a turn. Like, that's all Change of Heart does. You play it, you get the control of their monster for a turn, and then once that turn's over, it goes to the graveyard. It's not that broke. Like, if it's broke in part of a combo, this is something I've been saying to Konami for years, but they've never listened to me on it. I've said if a card is broke as part of a combination play, meaning it's used with like a chain or more than one card, ban that specific combo, not the card. Like, say if I played Change of Heart, right? And then I tributed your monster to bring out another monster that let me get back Change of Heart, and I could play it again. I would make it so I could that card would have a different effect, that it wouldn't target like spell cards in the graveyard, you know, or something, or that when you make like a Change of Heart card that's like Change of Hearts, or like something different. Call it like Change of Spirit or Change of Soul or something, and like have it as a legal card, but when the card is used, it is banished and cannot be used for the remainder of the duel. You know, that'd make it balanced, I think. You know. Yeah. I find it weird how there's certain cards that I look at in the ban list and I'm like, why are you still banned? Like,
Hey, my turn, big guy.
uh, well, it all depends. I actually run a deck that's based off of Yu-Gi-Oh! The movie. That has all the cards from Yu-Gi-Oh! The movie in it, like Return from the Different Dimensions, Soul Release, DD. I have DD Warriors and stuff in that in it as well. It's like a different dimension deck with like blue eyes and whatnot in it, which is it's actually a lot of fun when you're actually using it. Yeah, like the really old school cards that people forget about are a lot of fun just to like bring out in a tournament. Like I'll never forget that time when I was playing against a dude who had all pendulum monsters. And I had Dark Magician and Time Wizard on my side of the field. He's like, what are you going to do with those two? And I was like, I'm going to do this. I activate Time Wizard's effect. And he's like, why would you activate Time Wizard's effect when Dark Magician is on the field? And I was like, oh, you'll see. And he's like, okay, what is he planning? And basically I get off his effect. And then I bring out Dark Sage. I freaking love Dark Sage. He really is. He's like, you have to successfully perform the effect of Time Wizard to even bring him out to the field, period. Like, you have to have Time Wizard and Dark Magician on the field, and you have to pick either heads or tails with Time Wizard. And if you get it wrong, you cannot bring out Dark Sage. Like, you'd have to bring back Time Wizard and Dark Magician to the field again to try again, but you'd lose life points every time you tried and failed. Like, I know a guy who literally tried to beat me with Dark Sage in his deck, but he couldn't do it. Little did he know there's actually a magic card that exists that's called Advancement Through Time and Space. I'm not sure how many prints there is, but I know that like the guy who created it, like I know his like son, is it? Is it son or his cousin? I know him somehow. I know him through someone I know. Anyway, and he released that to like his cousin for like a birthday present or something, and they showed me it, and I was like, that's actually a really cool card. Like, because you can play Dark Sage without requiring either Time Wizard or Dark Magician. But it comes at a cost. You have to sacrifice life points every turn equal to his current attack and defense points per turn. But the trick is, if you have Skill Seal on the field, you can actually negate the effect of that card, and it stays on the field, and so does Dark Sage because of its like reprinted ability. Dark Sage is really cool. I actually think I have 2 copies of him right here. Yeah, I do. I actually have Red Eye's Black Meteor Dragon. I got that off a friend of mine there recently. It's a really cool card. If you, yeah, it was. It originally came out back when I think it was Bandai or someone had the rights to the cards, like ages ago, like in 19 something. Like it was a while ago now.
I still got it.
Looking good, huh?
Hmm. Never forget, earlier on in GTA, there was this group of, or this clan, that thought it would be absolutely hilarious to target the level 20 something guy. So what I did was actually really funny. I like killed one of them, right, and then called up the police on my phone because they kept killing me. They were like, 911, what emergency service do you require? And I call up the police, right, and what I do is I stand right beside one of them, shoot from behind him while he's holding a shotgun, the exact same shotgun as he's holding. And the police actually get confused into thinking that it was him instead of me. Like, I didn't even get a wanted level for it. Like, I shot him and then the bullet from him hit the police car somehow. So it must have the game must have counted it as him shooting or something. And then, like, they had a 5-star wanted level after them somehow. Because they were all, like, killing citizens and stuff. And you should have heard them in the game. It was funny. They were like, how the hell did we get a 5-star wanted level out of nowhere? And I was just there going, They were like, it was that guy, wasn't it? And I was like, I'm not saying anything. And they were like, it was you, wasn't it? And I was like, yep, that's what you get. Yeah, the new one's pretty good. Like, it's got online and everything in it, and it's got 3 protagonists instead of the normal one. Like, you can alternate between them in the story mode. Aye. It's pretty good on the PlayStation 4, like, there's director's mode and stuff like that. Not sure if the PlayStation 3 version has, like, certain missions and bonuses and stuff. Like, the most recent update isn't out on PS3, I think. I think it's just PS4.
Looking good, if I do say so myself.
Oh, that's the face I fell in love with.
Oh, that's funny. I'm literally playing this game and I made my dude look like a burn victim. And you know his wife? She goes, ah, that's the face I fell in love with. I couldn't help but laugh when she said that. I was like, really? I was like, I guess that's nice. You know? It just caught me off guard, and it was really funny because she didn't say anything, and then she was like, "Ah, that's the face I fell in love with," and he like looks like absolutely terrible right now. I must have sent you